right.
I'm doing a webinar in the middle of the conference.
All right, I'll tweet it.
I I definitely don't feel that comfortable about this, but I may. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe.
It's an inaugural webinar.
Well, it's yeah. We'll see. We'll see if it comes out the way it's supposed to. Let's see. Hi everyone. I just want to do a quick sound check, and I don't know if I'll be able to improve the quality of the sound, but I do know for sure that we're gonna do it like this, whether you can hear me okay or not. But can you tell me in the questions box, how great can you hear me? Like from a scale from 1 to 10, how good it is, just so I can know whether I should lower my voice or lower. Okay, this is beautiful. People are saying between 8 and 10. That's great. All right, so this is something that I woke up this morning and I said, hey, today's Thursday. I should do a webinar today. I'm at QuickBooks Connect in San Jose, California. And you can see there's the Intuit booth is right over there. And then we have the T-Sheets booth. And I don't know where the Hub Doc booth is. And then there's Aero booth and a whole bunch of other vendors. There's Pete. So Pete decided to have lunch at the same time that I'm doing a webinar, and he's tweeting about it right now. So, all right. So what I like to do is so I'm doing this for the folks that wish they could come to this conference and they couldn't do it, and they follow us in QB Power Hour, and we're really appreciative of the loyalty of our viewers. Hundreds and thousands of accountants watch this webinar series, also watch the recordings, and they come to me in this conference. They come to me and they genuinely thank me and thank us for what we do. So I wanted to. Um, this is definitely beyond my comfort zone. I'm kind of a perfectionist. I don't like doing things that are not perfect or as close to perfect as I can. In the middle of the conference hall, it's I don't know how it's gonna come out. So we'll see. We'll see. So what I'll do is I'm gonna share my screen, and what I'll attempt to do is I'll attempt to do a sort of a quick version, if I can, of the presentation I taught yesterday, which is called YouTube is the New Business Card. It won't be the same because that was a 100-minute webinar, but it will be close to it, or some of the ideas from it will come along. We'll see how far we can go. If I can go the full hour, I'll do it. This will not be a CPE webinar. We're doing this off the cuff, simply just to have fun. So hopefully you'll like this. So it's 12 o'clock uh, 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 Pacific time, and we're about to start. So give me 1 second so I can prep, hit record, and that's it. Welcome everyone to QB Power Hour. Today's Thursday, 16, and I'm broadcasting live from San Jose, California. We are at the beautiful San Jose Convention Center, and it's literally the coolest and the gold standard of convention centers. Also, Intuit does an incredible, fantastic job at putting this conferences together. The food is great. The people that come along are great. The presenters are awesome. The main stage was incredible. Sasan, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, who's sort of kind of next in line after Brad Smith, the CEO, and kind of heads the whole QuickBooks world, did a live demonstration of a beta of a phone app that you could talk to, and it uses voice recognition to do action. So, for example, he was saying stuff like, "Hey, QuickBooks, what's my revenue for last month?" And it would recognize it and turn it into a revenue report from last month. And he did, "Hey, Intuit, how does it compare to last year?" And it did a comparison. So what they did is they're mixing the data that's in QuickBooks, financial data that's in QuickBooks, with voice recognition, and they're really taking it to the next level in terms of making it really easy for the mobile business owner to ask about their finances. Brandon, come here for a second.
Yes.
So Brandon is so this is what we're doing.
Yes.
This is a live QB Power Hour webinar.
Okay, wow,
In the
great.
middle of the floor. Pretty ambitious.
Fantastic.
Pretty
Yes.
ambitious. Brandon heads the ProAdvisor
Yes, ProAdvisor program globally, all training and certification for
Okay.
accounting professionals.
He's a great guy. I didn't like him at first. He's getting a little bit better. So thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
You can go along your
Okay.
business now.
All right. Well, good luck.
Yeah, thank you. All right. Okay. Sorry about that. Just I like to mess with people. All right. So YouTube is a new business card. Let's go through the agenda. So why is YouTube the new business card? Comparing video capture software and video platforms, comparing different video and presentation styles, understanding YouTube search and analytics, using video as your primary marketing platform. So let's start with why is YouTube the new business card? So what is a business card? A business card is what? It's a piece of paper that has your contact information. But in order for someone to have that piece of paper with your contact information, what needs to happen? You have to physically be there and give them the business card. It should just be something that tells you what you do and how they can reach you. With YouTube, with websites, I don't have to physically hand or exchange business cards. Now, let's go back to the time before there was a business card. There's something called the trade card. The trade card was what looks like a business card, but with no phone number, no email. This is obviously, this is even before telephone numbers existed. And look at what the business cards were about. They were about the craft. They were about what you do and how you solve people problems. Okay, the new business card is just promotions and call me and this and that. This trade cards really embody the essence of the professional, the person that was committed to the craft. And I want to bring that back, and I'm trying to bring that back with my YouTube channel. So I want to encourage all accounting professionals to forget about that contact information, forget about labeling yourself as an accountant. I want you to be master of your craft and have a platform to share that. And I believe that video it is the best platform to do that. Now let's talk about public demonstrations. How effective were public demonstrations? This is the YouTube of 150 years ago, right? You sit in front of a crowd, you take out the product, you demonstrate it, you show people that it works or how it works, and people buy it right there and then. This is the exact same thing that happens now. Folks are demonstrating their product. As a matter of fact, I saw so many videos about the camera, the microphone, the stand itself. I saw different folks, different video experts review them, and I watched so many videos to figure out what I wanted to buy, and I bought it, and I basically did my research of YouTube videos. So YouTube videos is a new public demonstration. Now, what about infomercials? I mean, who didn't buy a George Foreman grill? Who didn't buy George Foreman grill? I should do a polling question that says, "Hey, did you buy did you buy a George Foreman grill?" Okay, put it in the questions box if you ever bought one of these. But what was awesome about the George Foreman infomercials was that it always added some value up front, right? It talked about health and it talked about the fat content of the food, and they give you a little bit of a recipe. They told you can use a little bit of olive oil, and while they're demonstrating the product, this is how accountants, accounting professions need to do their marketing. We need to add value up front. We need to give folks really good tips while we're also talking about our product, which is our services. So we almost have to do this infomercial type of work. That is the new marketing. Now, think about being in a networking event, and you meet someone. They ask you, what do you do? And you say, I'm an accountant. And they tell you, you know what, last year I paid a lot of penalties on my taxes. And you, as an accountant, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to reach to your pocket, grab a business card, and say, call me, I'll help you solve the issue. Now, I don't need to do that. I have a YouTube video that explains what every single IRS penalty is, and interprets that information from the really strange tax code and IRS instructions that tell you what a penalty is. I have it. So while other folks are out there giving business cards trying to find folks that have tax problems, folks are trying to figure out if a video on YouTube is giving them the answers in terms of why. Why are they getting penalties? And they're calling me. I've had 3 leads, 2 turn into customers that saw this very video that said clearly my accountant either doesn't know how penalties work or couldn't even explain it to me. Right? I want to work with an accountant that knows how things work and is okay with explaining things to me. So this is a very effective way of marketing, especially if you know how to do something, if you're a master of your craft. Why not tell people? Why not show it off? Okay. So some stats. YouTube is the 3rd most visited website ever. or in the world or currently, whatever. So Google's number one, Facebook's number two, and YouTube is number three. 1.3 billion people use YouTube. 1.3 billion people. 20% of the population of the world. I mean, that's huge. 30 million visitors per day. 80% of folks under 50 watch at least one YouTube video a month. 80%. That's everybody, pretty much. Now, 52% of YouTube views come from mobile devices. What is happening is folks are watching videos while they're in line to buy something, while they're in bed right before they go to bed. With the waterproof phones, I'm sure some people are watching videos in the shower. Well, actually, let's not get into that. Uh, but it does change the context of what would the call to action of a video would be, and you have to think about this when you create your own YouTube videos. What is the call to action and what is the branding element of your video when your customer or 52% of your customers are not sitting in front of a computer, and whatever the call to action is, it's not going to be something through a computer. So you have to think about what is the branding element that you need to have in order for folks to want to watch your videos. I had a person earlier tell me, "Hi Hector, I'm so I forgot her name. I'm sorry. You are in my kitchen table every other Thursday for breakfast." So she's taking her iPad, she's putting it on the kitchen table, she's having. Hold on, Laura, come here. Sorry. So we're doing a live webinar.
Hi,
Yes. What were your sessions about?
workflow, as you can guess.
Say it louder.
Intentional firm, how to deliver great customer service.
Okay. Laura is one of the partners in Aero Workflow. Run along now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, bye, bye,
That was
bye.
great. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so where was I? Okay, so yeah, think about the context of doing videos in a mobile device. 30% of all YouTube views come from the USA, and I think most of us probably do most of our business in the USA. However, I have plenty of international clients, and I'm very, very proud of that. As a matter of fact, my proudest moment was last year when I had a client from Hong Kong and I had to do everything in the middle of the night. But you know what? I was so excited about dealing with a client in Hong Kong that I was working at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning to help her out. And this came from a YouTube video. Now, 8% of people start their search in YouTube. It's just 8%. But 5 years ago, it was 1%. Matter of fact, I told this story during my class that we were trying to figure out whether we were going to go to Disney World or SeaWorld last year that we were going to Orlando. And we asked our daughter, "Hey, do you want to go to SeaWorld?" And she says, "What is SeaWorld? Let me look it up." And she grabs her computer and she doesn't search SeaWorld in Google. She searched SeaWorld in YouTube. So this is where the trend is going. People are not searching in text-based search engines anymore. People are looking for the video that is short, that is perfect, that summarizes everything that they want. And if you get really good at making videos, you're gonna target your clients super, super easy. Now, why is the YouTube the new business card? It allows you to prove your worth by demonstrating your knowledge, experience, and skills via a few short videos. Again, folks are not going to read websites. They want a video. They want a narrow, specific subject that answers their specific question. And that's how you need to market. In the past 2 years, videos with the word review, and I talked about how I buy my equipment. I go to YouTube and I listen to reviews of what other folks are experiencing with that product, and that's the best testimonial in the world. 50,000 years worth of view time in the past 2 years. That's 438 million hours of view time of videos that have the word review. So brands, companies, they're no longer advertising in the traditional places anymore. What they're looking for is influencers, folks like me, and I'm not a big one, but other big influencers to review their product, because that influencer's word means more than anything else that they see, even TV marketing. Now, those stats come from thinkwithgoogle.com/search. Trust me, go to that website, thinkwithgoogle.com/search. You're gonna see all the stats that I'm discussing here. Let me just fast forward a little bit more. No more stats. Okay, influencers, not your traditional celebrity. This guy, his name is PewDiePie. He started his YouTube channel 7 years ago. He was literally playing video games and cursing at the TV. And now the guy made 7 million. YouTube reported $7 million worth of ad revenue because of his YouTube channel. His YouTube channel has 56 million views. Listen to me. I can no longer morally tell my daughter or my son that you cannot make a living playing video games. I cannot. This is the new economy. Okay. That's we don't know what's coming. I don't know what's coming. But the folks that are doing different things, the folks that are doing the stuff that everybody told you can't do, is the stuff that works. People are buying from contrarians. People like different. Everybody likes different. There's so much noise, so much content. People want the one little thing that stands out, but not that stands out to them, because I may be the same to some folks and I may be different to some folks. Evan is one of my favorite YouTubers. He's, I believe, about 9 years old now. Started when he was 3. His dad had the bright idea of buying him a toy in Walmart and filming him opening it and talking about his experience of a kid opening a toy. This guy made $2.9 million last year. YouTube channel, immensely popular. My kids, every single item from the Christmas list last year came from toys that this kid reviewed. Okay, the most powerful toy selling tool in the world is no longer TV advertising. It is this 8-year-old kid. Casey Neistat, one of my favorite YouTubers. He started about 3 years ago, and he does a video vlog, vlog, where he walks around New York City and talks about his experiences. And he's a really good video editor and filmographer, so obviously that helps. But his YouTube channel is the most popular YouTube channel right now from the recent times. Not like the first one I showed you, but when he posts a video, and he posts a video every single day. When he posts a video, that video gets 1 million views within 48 hours. Okay, you want to talk about selling something in a very easy way? This guy is. The CNN said, you know what? We're gonna buy him out. CNN bought his YouTube channel for $25 million. I gave him a full-time job. I don't know how much they pay him. A full-time job. He's now a correspondent for CNN. And this guy, from his house with his camera, having fun, making videos, did something amazing. So I really, really admire him. Um, the second most watched YouTube channel ever is this guy. This guy's from Chile, from South America. He's a fellow Latino. Very proud to see a Latin American person be the second most watched YouTube channel ever in the world. Okay, his name is Hola, Soy Germán. Honestly, I don't like his stuff. I watch it. I don't understand half of it, but he's also probably, possibly making $1 million a year of YouTube videos. Okay, let's switch gears a little bit and talk about comparing video capture software and platforms. Let me look at the questions real quick to see if okay. So somebody says here, Keith, life isn't just about how much you make. Keith, I couldn't agree with you more. I couldn't agree with you more. And I don't make any money, any money on my YouTube channel, and make a couple $100 a month. What I do is because I truly, truly enjoy it. I enjoy knowing about what I'm talking about. I enjoy sharing it. I enjoy the recognition from my peers that they like what I do. I do it out of passion. The reason why I tell you how much money they make is not because money is the most important thing. The reason why I tell you that is because the reason why a lot of us work is because we need at least some money. So if you can make a living doing something you love, whether it's $100,000 a year or $5 million, so that's not the idea. I am not trying. I am not trying to convince your money. It's in anything. So sorry, Keith. I just wanted to point that out. That wasn't the context of it. I just want to tell you about how they've been commercially successful doing something that 5 years ago no one would have fathomed. Okay, so let's switch gears a little bit and talk about comparing video capture and editing software. So if you're gonna work with PC, 100% PC, I would probably recommend that you use Camtasia because it has a lot of easy to use features. It's not a professional editing software. I would say it's a semi-professional editing software, and it's between $200 and $300. And I would say that would probably be the best bet as a one-time purchase. However, if you don't want to dish out the $200-300 right now, you can subscribe to an Adobe Creative Suite, Creative Cloud, I don't know what it's called, subscription that's $20 a month, and that includes Adobe Premiere. So for $20 a month, you can have top tier software. Now, what I like about Adobe Premiere is that if you switch back and forth from Mac to PC, Adobe Premiere is the only one that has the exact same platform, the buttons, the screen is the exact same thing in both the Mac and the PC side. Now, I'm a Mac user, I'm a 100% Mac user, and I actually started using ScreenFlow, which is $100, and it's probably not the most powerful one, but you know what? I get things done really quickly with it, and I'm not obsessed about having the best one or the most powerful one. I'm just obsessed about getting my content out so I can get on my life and deal with my customers and deal with my family and still create content. So I want you to choose the platform that's going to be easiest for you to get in, get out, just to encourage you to publish and create your videos. Again, I would say Camtasia is probably the best one. And I'll tell you the reason why. Because if you go to YouTube and you search any of these softwares and you put the word tutorial next to it, what you want to do is you always want to buy the software that has the most free tutorials in YouTube. That's my new purchasing philosophy for software. Is based out of the value is how many free tutorials are there on YouTube. This is why QuickBooks is so valuable. This is why I believe that I single-handedly have helped Intuit sell more of their software, because there's a lot of tutorials out there and people want to know that whatever they buy, there's instructions and there's support. So I would recommend that you Google any of these, and next to it with the word tutorial, and then the one that you watch a few tutorials even before you buy the software. Buy a few tutorials, and the one that seems easiest to use, that's the one that you should buy. Okay, YouTube Director. That's an app for the iPhone and the Android. You have to search it in the store. It's actually a great app. What it does is it guides you to the process of creating a video from your phone. This would be more of a showcase video, something to showcase the office, something to showcase yourself, your employees, your customers, different than screen capture tutorial type of software. So check it out. It's called YouTube Director for Business, I believe. YouTube Director for Business. I'm gonna take a quick pause, and just so I can take a breath, because I'm like super overly excited here. Let me look. Let me put. I'm gonna go ahead and put the PowerPoint presentation on the handout section, just because I have a whole bunch of links there, and I know some of you guys are gonna appreciate having those links, so you can click on it as I go. Sorry, I literally just thought about doing this webinar a couple of hours ago, and I wasn't prepared. So I apologize. I wasn't prepared. I did this off the cuff, and I'm at the moment I'm just wishing for the best. Anyway, I just put the handouts in the handout section. So if you go to webinar and you click on the handout section, you can download the PowerPoint. Now, someone's asking me, what about a software called Snagit? Snagit, Snagit, which is $49. Okay, so do I recommend that? I would say yes. The problem is that Snagit doesn't do editing. So Snagit is great for capture, but you can't do editing. So I would say Camtasia can do both, and I would probably recommend Camtasia because of that. So that would be my answer to that. Okay, so now what about using webinar software as screen capture? So for example, I'm running a webinar in GoToWebinar, and it's being recorded as we speak. I actually don't need additional screen capture software to record my webinar. And you know what? If I don't care about the errors and I don't want to edit, I can just save the recording and post it in YouTube right away. So you can go with GoToMeeting, GoToWebinar, Google Hangout, which is free. Zoom, I would say, my recommendation is spend the $15 a month. Zoom is the best webinar and client communication platform there is, with video, with screen share, and it records beautifully and high quality. I would say if you don't need to edit the videos and you want to just go straight from your live feed, can you tell Seth to come? I don't know, just find him.
Go find him. I'm actually looking for him.
Okay, well, find him
texted him.
so he can do a shout out here. Okay, you can find. I'm doing a live webinar, by the way.
Right now.
Yes, right now it's happening.
Awesome.
Yeah, you're in it. You're in it.
Woohoo.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, sorry. Thank you.
Hey, everybody. Gotta go find him.
Okay, thank you. So you also have WebEx, you have Blue Jeans, you have Skype for Business. You know, just get one and get started. Like, don't stress out about which is the best one. My recommendation, I would say Zoom if you're going to use webinar screen capture software. It's actually fantastic, and it does the webinar capture as well. Now, YouTube is not the only video platform. There are multiple video platforms. We have YouTube, we have Vimeo, we have Wistia. So let's stop there in a second. YouTube is free, right? Everybody knows it. Vimeo and Wistia, I would probably say less than 10% of you guys have probably heard of it. Vimeo and Wistia are competing with YouTube in a paid platform. So you actually have to pay Vimeo, you have to pay Wistia a monthly service to be able to host your videos there. But the reason why these could be valuable is because Vimeo and Wistia allow you to password protect your videos, allow you to select who subscribes to your channel with password protection. So you can put a paywall behind it. So if you want to have YouTube style content that folks have to pay in order to get there, they're great platforms. And I think they're very affordable, especially if you can get a pretty good client base of 10 or 20 people paying for your videos. Now, LinkedIn is becoming more and more irrelevant, right? Even Microsoft buying it, it's become more relevant. So they got into video. They never had video before. So now in your LinkedIn feed, you see video. Why? Because video is the new business card. And LinkedIn is, what is LinkedIn? It's a bunch of professionals, handing out business cards to each other. Periscope is Twitter's video platform. I would say very irrelevant. I just want to let you know what it is, so you know what it is, but that's about it. Facebook video is huge, it's growing right now. In my Facebook page for my business, I try to post as many YouTube videos. I mean, as many videos that I put in YouTube to put them as well. Because if a potential customer finds me in Facebook and not YouTube, I also want them to know that I do video. Now, Facebook Live is a really interesting concept because once you press that live button, there's no editing, there's no stopping it. And I think a lot of the viewers like the fact that it's live and raw. Remember, what's TV looking like nowadays? TV is all reality TV. Facebook is how you can do your own reality TV of your own, only sharing to your friends, off the cuff, with errors, no need for editing. And folks are really liking this. Hey, what's up, man? Seth, come here for a second. Guys, we're gonna take a quick pause. I'm gonna bring a guest speaker.
Are we live?
Yeah, you're live. Not here. It's a webinar.
Okay.
So sit down. So I did not prepare Seth for it. So simultaneously recording. I didn't prepare Seth for it. Seth, tell us about monetizing your video platforms in a paid content. Like, how do you get folks to watch free stuff and then pay for your stuff?
Okay. So, and I want to actually, while I'm answering that, pick up on what you talked about in your session yesterday, which is, there's a couple ways to really monetize your content, especially when we're talking about video content on YouTube. And you mentioned Vimeo and Wistia and some others. And you asked me, which one I use. I use Vimeo. And I'll make a very long story very short. Many years ago, when my new YouTube channel was still fairly new, and I was doing a lot of experimenting and seeing what I could do, what I couldn't do, I got the notification saying, hey, you should monetize your videos on YouTube. You're getting traction. And I did it. And then one day, I don't know, maybe a year later, I got this lovely email from YouTube saying, hey, by the way, we've made a determination that we've decided you're now a threat to our advertisers and you're no longer going to be able to monetize on YouTube.
Can you explain monetizing on YouTube?
Right. So monetizing on YouTube, and this is what I'm getting at in the bigger picture, is there are two ways to monetize. This is one way where you actually go into the settings and turn on the feature and say, I want to monetize my videos, which means as people come and watch your videos, they're going to be presented with ads and things. And if they click on those ads and it generates revenue for YouTube, and you get a share of that. So that's one way to monetize on YouTube, is to leverage the money that YouTube is already making off your videos. So you might as well get your cut, right? So it kind of makes sense to do it if you're not already. But in my case, they shut me down, and they don't tell you why. They don't explain, hey, this is what you're doing. They don't give you a chance to cure the defect. They just tell you, sorry. And I've appealed it many times over the years, even many years later. And I get the same standard letter that basically makes it clear to me, nobody's paying attention, nobody cares. They just say, hey, we've done our review and we've determined that you're still not eligible for monetization. So in my case, I had to find another strategy. And that's where Vimeo came in. Vimeo provides you with a very robust infrastructure through which you can protect your content. So the basic plan and model on that is I go on to Vimeo. I upload my videos there, and I can protect it all sorts of ways. I can restrict it so that it can only be embedded on my website at nerdenterprises.com. I can hide it from Vimeo so nobody else on Vimeo can see it. And then I put that video, I embed that video from Vimeo into my website. And then my website has a membership engine that protects the content so you can't see it or access it unless you've paid for a subscription. So that's how I actually monetize my content now. And by doing that, what I do is I create courses. So I still put a lot of free content on YouTube. And I, in that content, the free content that I put out there, of course, is, designed to give people something they can use for fun and for free. I don't tease people. I don't give you like half of the answer to force you to have to pay for something. I always, to me, that's cheesy. But what I do is I give you a whole solution. But for those who want to go deeper and further with it and get more of my help, you can subscribe to my, one of my courses, and then you get access to all my videos, all my courses on the website. So that's how I've come to monetize my content. There's other ways on.
All right, thank you, Seth.
Sorry,
No more plugging of your content. Get out. Get out. Get out of here. Thank you so much. Thank you, man.
I wasn't trying to plug my content.
Yeah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Thank you so much. This is my show, okay?
Okay.
You have your show. It's my show. Thank you for coming, man.
All right.
Appreciate it. All right, I've been doing that to folks the whole time, just messing around. We'll chat. Okay, let's move on to Udemy, and yeah, that was meant to be funny. I don't know if anybody found that funny, but that was meant to be funny. Okay, let me stop for a second, just make sure that we are getting audio. I heard someone saying that they're not getting audio. Can you go in the questions box and tell me that there's audio or there's no audio? Can you just okay, we're all good. We're all good. Thank you. So actually, I thought I was only gonna do like 20 minutes worth, but as I added some of these characters that I didn't prepare at all, I'm just gonna sit there, talk about it, and then kick you out. Uh, so anyway, let's get back to it. So the last two I was mentioning there, which is Udemy and Teachable. I actually have a course that I recorded and I have it in Udemy. Udemy is this. Let me show it real quick. Let me go into the Udemy website. Give you an idea what that's like, because Udemy is more about monetizing your content. So let me go to udemy.com. Let me make sure that you can see my screen. I think now you should be able to see my Chrome screen. So I'm going to go to udemy.com, and millions of students are subscribing to Udemy at the moment, and they're looking for different courses on Excel, courses on QuickBooks, courses on whatever. Like, for example, if people search QuickBooks, and obviously QuickBooks is our world, but you can do courses about anything. There's tons of folks here selling QuickBooks courses. There's my course right there. This is my course. All right, bestseller. Look at that. Beautiful. My course is a bestseller in Udemy. That's how I roll. Anyway, that one sells for about $10, okay? And folks come in here and they watch their videos, and Udemy shares revenue with me, but so they only pay me like a couple bucks. But I've gotten clients from Udemy. I have folks that say, hey, I subscribe to your Udemy class. I learned a lot. By the way, do you do any private consulting, private training? What a simple concept. What a simple concept. I charge someone for a class, which they paid for, and hang on a second. Let me make sure my screen is working right. So I charge someone for a class. I'm worried that you're not seeing my screen. Can you just tell me real quick you can't see my screen? Now you see the slide? Okay. So anyway, so I charge someone for a class, or they pay for a class, and then they want to hire me because I'm the professor, and the professor is the one that knows. Okay. So I just want to let you know what that was. Now, let me tell you a little bit about preparing your video. So before you do a video, what I want you to think about, hi, how are you? I want you to think about the planet, right? What is my video going to look like? I want you to think, is this going to be a talking head? Is this going to be a one-on-one interview? Let me show you what I mean by that. So talking head would be where only your bust and your head is sort of centered in the screen, and you're just talking to the person. So for business tips, business related tips and tricks, that sort of thing, that would. So, yeah, I'm doing a live webinar. Yeah, so you can sit over here. It's fine. So for like business tips, tip of the day, tax tips, things that don't require a live presentation or a PowerPoint, you would do something like this. What I this would call talking head. Now, one-on-one interviews, they're the best thing to do. Number one, build relationships with other colleagues, build relationships with your clients, with potential clients. Just do a Zoom call, interview them, put it in YouTube. Have interesting conversation, put it in YouTube. Trust me, it works really, really well. I've made more friends, better friends, because I collaborate with them, and everyone wants their 50 minutes of fame. Everyone wants their exposure. And what's the best? I already have conversations with my clients. I already have conversations with my colleagues. Why not just record them and make them live in YouTube? Now, what about group discussions, right? So this is actually a screenshot of a secret project I'm working on called the Art of Advisory, which is going to be a podcast slash webcast. We're going to record and post on YouTube a conversation between myself, Kirk, and other my colleagues that love advisory work and do advisory. I'm going to ask them, what does advisory mean to you? How does it work? And we're going to post it in a group discussion. So that's happening now, and I encourage you to do that as well. Start your own group discussion, make it public. The most important thing is make it public. When you make stuff public, you have to be on top of your game. You have to do good stuff. It'll make you research more. It will make you look better. It will make you shave because you're making it public. It'll make you dress good. It will make you perk up. It will make you prepare. Make your stuff public. It works. Now, for the folks that don't want to be on video, you can do the same type of interview, but then only post the audio, like I did with Ron Baker about a year ago. He didn't want to be on video, but I definitely wanted to record our conversation. I made it public, and there's an interview that I have with him. What about slides plus talking head? I love this because this is like similar to what like watching a live webinar where you're going through slides, you're watching slides, but you also have a little tiny video just to remind you that it's a human being talking to you at the same time that they're showing you some content, that it's not just a voiceover. So this is actually my favorite way of working, slides and talking head, and also the live software demonstrations. Now, I would urge you to find a small video production company that knows about lighting, that knows about timing, that knows about stuff, and have it make a documentary style commercial video about yourself, about your business. You make it 1 minute, 2 minutes long, and every time you get a new lead and you're gonna give them a proposal, you always show them that video, because nothing is more powerful than showing them a 2 minute video about what you do, what your pricing philosophy is, the type of clients that you want to attract, and it's a great filter, and it also ups your game. It puts you in a different dimension than other accountants that are just listed in the phone book or in a website or whatever. Now, screen capture and software walkthroughs are very powerful. One, because everyone wants to learn how to do it themselves. No one wants to pay an accountant. I mean, I don't want to pay a lawyer. I don't want to pay another professional if I know how to do it on my own. And so if there was a way I could learn how to do it on my own, I probably would. But the trick about this is you teach people how to do it, and maybe they won't hire you to do that, but you become the authority. You become the standard of accountancy, of accountants in their head. So when they do need you, maybe for something even more advanced than just walking them through software, for tax planning, for advisory, for growth consulting, they're gonna hire you and they're gonna pay more. Trust me, they're gonna pay you more. I've been in this journey of increasing my rates every year, and I'll be able to do so because I add so much value up front. So I encourage you to do that. Screen capture software demos are great because people are already searching that. So it's easy to be found because people are already searching the word QuickBooks or the word Photoshop or the word Excel or eBay or Amazon. Make a video about synchronizing Amazon with QuickBooks. Make a video about doing inventory off the cuff from a spreadsheet. Do videos, show people how to do stuff, and trust me, they will contact you. You can also combine with, in a Mac is pretty easy, but in a PC, you can buy a software called X Mirage. So X hyphen Mirage, like, the things that disappear in the desert. X Mirage, you can actually have your phone application live being recorded at the same time as some other application. And I have this one video in YouTube, which is extremely popular, a lot of likes, a lot of positive comments, where I'm showing how the QuickBooks app works, and I'm showing in real time in QuickBooks on the browser how those invoices are showing up and being paid. So I encourage you, because now we're moving more and more mobile. I encourage you to do videos about things that you do on the mobile device and how they translate into something that you do on the computer. These videos they're becoming the new thing. So I'll be doing more and more videos where I combine a software app and the actual web-based app at the same time. Now you can also do a floating head, and this is kind of fun, right? Floating head is just kind of fun because you basically get a big green screen in the back, and then through your video capture software, you can delete the green screen, and then it looks like you're sort of like floating on top of the screen. And that's actually, I was just having fun doing that. It's a lot more production. It takes a lot more production work to do that, but I did it to at least have one. And I want to be the paper clip icon that from off Microsoft Office 97. You remember that little paperclip? I want it to be that paperclip, the one that pops up and tells you, hey, this is what you should do. You should click here and there. So that's where that idea came from. Let's see. Explainer animations. There's tons of companies out there that for very, very cheap, $50, $100, $150, you can pay for a full featured animation video that shows you with graphics, with animation, what you do. And the best way to explain to a customer, a potential customer, what you do, it's an explainer video. So if you don't want to come out, your face, your office, your staff, you just do an explainer video. I mean, it doesn't have to be you, the talent that's sitting there and doing the video. Pay for it. I guarantee you'll be the best money that you'll spend. And there are companies out there. Just Google explainer video, explainer video service, explainer video how much. Google those words and you're gonna find folks that are doing that. Now, what about action videos? Now, this is kind of an action video because there's a crowd, there's things going on. But I have a video on a guacamole recipe. In my opinion, the best guacamole recipe in the world, it's mine. And it has nothing to do with accounting, but I did a video about it. Why? Because I'm passionate about it and I have fun doing it. And life is about doing things that fulfill you, that are fun, that you're passionate about. And yes, it's not effective for my YouTube channel to have a video about making guacamole because my YouTube channel is supposed to be about QuickBooks or about Excel or about accounting. And I had some folks unsubscribe to my channel after the guacamole, but I had people here in this conference come to me and say, hey, Hector, I use tomatoes. And if you've never seen that video, you don't know what I use tomatoes mean. But at that moment, we had a connection. They saw my video, they heard what I said about tomatoes. I'm anal about putting tomatoes on a guacamole, and we had that moment and we had a connection. So I gotta tell you something. You never know who's watching. You never know who's watching. In this conference 2 days ago, someone came to me and it literally made my whole day. Somebody came to me and says, and I'm gonna do like this Eastern European accent. He goes, and she's probably gonna watch this. I apologize, but I want to make it as real as possible because you made my day by saying that. She says, Hector, I am from Serbia and I watch your videos and I learned a lot of QuickBooks from you. And I said, oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. She said, Hector, did you know that you're very big in Serbia? I said, big in Serbia. You're huge in Serbia. And I tell you, I'm gonna get a shirt. I'm gonna get a shirt done that says I'm big in Serbia because that is the best thing I ever heard. Best compliment. You're huge in Serbia. Best compliment I ever heard. Anyway, so that's Action Camp. Now, what about pop culture or viral videos? Now, it's if you have a talent like singing or dancing or kind of cooking for me, people want to see that. People want to see that not only you're a master of your craft, but that you're also a person that's passionate about something and you do something very well that's not necessarily connected specifically with the professional task that you're doing. This guy, his name is the Singing Dentist. Look him up and trust me, look him up in YouTube, look him up in Facebook, watch any of his videos. You will crack up. And then notice what he's doing with his marketing, right? Everybody in his staff sings when you walk in. People walk into the Singing Dentist. They're about to get a hole drilled down their molars, but it's a pleasant place to go and it's fun. Trust me when I tell you, as soon as this webinar is over, go to Google or YouTube and type the Singing Dentist and watch the most popular video, which is I think it's called Save Your Tooth. Trust me, it's one of the best videos in all of YouTube. And now he got so popular that he does weekly Facebook lives every Tuesday. He calls it Tooth Day, where he talks about tooth decay and gum disease and and taking care of your teeth and implants, all the stuff that interests people about their teeth. And he has 26,000 people watch that Facebook live, and he answers questions live. I mean, this guy literally hacked the internet in terms of marketing. I don't think there's another dentist that does marketing as well and as pleasant and as joyful as he does. So look him up. Anyway, when choosing the right format, a couple things. Mind your environment. Like, you should never do a live webinar where people are walking around and where you're putting people on a chair and then knocking them out. You should never do that, right? I can do that because I can do that, but that wouldn't be my suggestion. My suggestion is, use a quiet place. Make sure you have a professional looking background. Make sure that it's consistent. People love consistency. Think about the message that you're trying to transmit. If any of you are watching QB Power Hour for the first time, actually anyone that's ever watched QB, let me ask you a question. Sorry. If you're watching QB Power for the first time, I want you to put in the questions box what you think about what I'm doing right now. I just want to know whether you think it's random, only for the folks that are watching it for the first time, or something that's positive or negative or distracting. Just put it in the chat box. I'm gonna read some of the comments. Anyway, the call to action is also really important. Like you can't do a video and randomly do a video and that's it. You have to have a call to action. Call to action could be recognize my brand. That is a real call to action. Recognize my brand is a real call to action. Now, that's not going to give you immediate business. So what a lot of folks do is they give their phone number, they give their email, or they just say any questions, put them in the comments below. Actually, one of the most common things you're gonna see from all YouTubers is they're gonna say, if you like this video, hit like. That's a call to action. Then they say subscribe to the channel because the next video is gonna give you part 2 of whatever this is. So you got entice them to subscribe. And then they say put in the comments below, and they do this with a hand kind of pointing at the bottom. Put in the comments below what you think about this. Other folks that are watching this, what's your opinion? If you don't agree, put it in the comments below because that engagement is really important. And as you talk to these random people on the internet that you never talked to before, come here, man. Sit here next to me. Just you're live. Okay. So just hang on for a second.
All right, I'm right here.
You got a minute? Okay. So what was I saying? Oh yeah. So you're gonna respond. Look, you need to respond to every single comment because in one of those comments, somebody's gonna say, "Wow, I need someone like you to help me with this," and that's when you're gonna direct message them and say, "Call me." Hey, Richard.
Yes.
Sit down for a second.
All right.
Okay. All right. So here you go. Can I put this on?
Sure.
Okay.
Who we got today?
All right. So there's about, let's see. Sorry to go off topic. We have 325 people watching live.
All right.
Okay. And we're talking about YouTube and videos.
All right. Okay.
Right? I don't know if you're qualified to talk about that.
I think so.
Okay?
All right. All
Tell
right.
me-
But you're the pro. You're the pro.
Tell me, what do you use as a person and as a professional? What do you use YouTube for? And what do you buy commercially as a result of things you watch on YouTube?
All right.
By the way, hold on. This is Richard. He's from the product management team at Intuit. He was in charge of a brand new feature that came out in QuickBooks Online called Price Rules. And I give him a hard time, and I saw him and I said, sit down. So it's good guy, great guy, works for Intuit. He's gonna make Price Rules even better because of our partnership. Anyway, go back to the video thing.
Hey, here's where's guilty as charged. Actually, I'm at QuickBooks. I'm trying to figure out how a feature works. I have, and I'm guilty as charged. I've watched Hector's videos. I have been in like, hey, how does that work on desktop and enterprise? Do I want to install the latest version on my machine? I'm QuickBooks Online, and sometimes my machine is messed up a bit, and not because of enterprise, but just because I don't have it local.
Yep.
Price Rules, enterprise. Whose video is showing up at top? Yours.
But okay.
So not set up.
How does that help? How does that help me as a person that put the time to make that video? that you, a person from Intuit,
Well-
is watching one of my videos?
Well, first of all, now I got Hector's now the guy.
Yeah.
He's now a source of truth. His brand is like, this guy's in the know. He's staying current. He's got a good opinion. You actually give and your videos are
I
like,
paid him to say that.
no, it's all good.
I
I do this all the time, and I do this all the time for anything I need to fix.
Yep.
Pool machine doesn't work. I I pull up the YouTube. I'm like, how do I fix this thing?
Right.
My
How to? How
hot tub's got a leak in it. Hey, how do
Yep.
I? Because of that name, the person doing it, because they got their hands dirty, they're now a pro to me,
Of course.
right? And so whatever they recommend, if they got a pool leak or whatever, and they're like, this is the motor I use, I'm going to go buy that one.
What is the last large electronic equipment that you've bought?
Alexa Show.
Alexa Show. Did you do any YouTube research?
You know what? The YouTube commercials were playing while I was actually on YouTube. So it was the ad, like, do you want to skip 5 seconds?
Sure.
So that was the thing I was like, gotta have it.
All right.
It was, I need it.
Any last wise words to accountants and pro-advisors that work with QuickBooks Online about doing videos or video marketing, just from your perspective?
This is, it's more and more the younger generation go to YouTube first.
Yes.
I want to be very clear here. Any of our young product managers, they are going to YouTube first for everything.
Google.
Before Google. This is like, they go there first.
Yes.
Or they go to Google and they hit the videos tab, right?
Yes.
You can search in Google, and the first thing they do is they hit the videos tab. Very clear on this. This is what they do. And you want to be there. All the accountants want to be there with their videos and stuff, because that's where folks are going more and more. If somebody's new to QuickBooks Online, they're going to be, how do I do this? They don't want to see a text thing with like a bunch of steps and so forth. They're going to watch a video.
Yes, absolutely.
They're not going to read your 400 steps with the little screenshots along the way, having written many of those manuals.
Yep.
So I can make fun of it, because
Yep.
that's what I've done for like 15 years. They're going to watch the video.
Yep, absolutely.
Brilliant.
And Richard, last thing.
Yes.
What cool new features are coming for QuickBooks Online in the next month that you could talk about?
Progress invoicing.
Progress invoicing.
Progress
Are you
invoicing.
in charge of that?
No, Pavan is. Pavan, he's got a presentation later today. He'll be doing some stuff.
Guys,
Progress invoicing.
invoicing.
Progress invoicing. He's got a working day. Hector will be there. Hector will, and anybody else here, you'll see it. It's at
Yes.
6 o'clock tonight. So
I'll
try to
watch
stay
it.
awake.
Yes, I'll watch it.
Watch it. He's
I'll
going to
watch
be
it
demoing.
and I'll report on it. And when is it going live? That's the most important question.
It is in like beta right now. And I don't know when it's going to GA. I should know that top of mind, but it's coming soon. I want to say December, but I know everybody out there's like writing it down.
Promise me
but
you
soon.
will tell me when. I'll be the first one to make a video about it.
Pavan's going to tell you when.
Get out of here, man.
All right, I'm out of here. See you guys.
Thank you very much. That was awesome. Thank you. All right. Sorry about the randomness of. He's one of my favorite product managers, because he actually listens to me. He actually thinks that. Sorry. He actually thinks that that my input is valuable. So I really like to work with him because he takes my input and he makes QuickBooks Online better. So I saw him walking around and I said, sit down here, and off the cuff, I think he had great input. All right. So I talked about, we're live right now. So the pros and cons of live is this, like I have to somehow, try to incorporate something new, something fresh, but at the same time without sounding cheesy. I'm sure there's a lot of cheesiness with having people sit down and kicking them out. Again, I said this was going to be different. I said this was going to be something playful. I put in the email that there wasn't going to be a CPE. This is not standard QB Power Hour. And I'm sorry if you're turned off by it. I promise you the next couple ones are going to be just like, they'll be exactly just like everything else. Okay, so on November 30th, we'll have an episode, and it'll be about a QuickBooks app, and it will be like a normal thing. But this is first time I do this, and I felt like I promised myself I would do something that I'm not comfortable with every single day. Now, this was kind of a big one because it impacts 300 people that are watching this live, but and I think I may be successful, at least at doing something I'm not comfortable with. I don't know if it's gonna come out good or not. Okay, so let's go back. So understanding YouTube search and analytics, and we're almost coming to the end here. So we went the full hour. I thought I wasn't gonna go the full hour, but I think if you know me, I don't have the capacity to go short. So a couple of things. When the video comes out, you have to think about these six things. The title. The title is what YouTube is going to use in order to use a search keyword and to get to your video. Your title needs to be congruent with the description. The description needs to say what the video is in order for YouTube to find it relevant. Now, tags are one words or a combination of words. So it's those three, title, description, tags, that are relevant for anyone doing a search. Now, let me do a quick, just show you that real quick, if you don't mind. Let me just make sure that you can see my screen. So yeah, you should be able to see my screen. I'm gonna open up YouTube, okay? And then I'm gonna search for someone. Give me a common issue that you're, just put in the chat. So someone give me a common issue. Just put in the chat a common issue that your customers ask you about all the time. What is a common question, a common problem about accounting, undeposited funds? Okay, that's it. Undeposited funds. I got it. So let's say somebody types QuickBooks undeposited funds. Okay. So if you want to make a video that solves the undeposited funds issue, these are the type of things you want to look at, right? Now, is the word undeposited funds in the title? So in this particular case, it's not. It's only on the description, as you can see it right there and then, right? You can see it. It's on the description, but not on the title. But why is Michelle's video more relevant than maybe the next one that actually has undeposited funds? Is because it's the combination of it all. Notice that the second guy doesn't have, or gal, whatever, doesn't have undeposited funds in the description itself. So there's a couple of things. Maybe it wasn't just the number of views. So if a lot of people are watching it, Google ranks it a little bit higher. Let's go in it and let's try to decipher what exactly is it about this video. Okay, so this may have something to do with it. Likes, okay? So 220 people liked this video. Therefore, it's going to be more relevant. And let's look at the next one. Let's go back for a second and look at the second one in there, which is this one, that maybe had both undeposited funds in the title and the description, only has 14 likes. So very important. So it's a combination of things. Again, you need to have a good title so people don't click out and they hit like. And a lot of times people hit dislike if they go to a video that had nothing to do with what they were searching. The video could be incredibly high quality, but because it wasn't exactly what they were searching, they will hit dislike and it will bring down that ranking. So it's really important that the title tells the person what they're watching. So assuming that, Kirk, come here, man. Come here. Come here. Sit down.
All right.
We're live.
Oh, okay.
We're live.
But I don't have food in my teeth.
Put this on.
All right.
Yeah. So I do a lot of YouTube videos.
Yep,
I expose all my knowledge.
of course.
I tell people how to do things that they used to pay me to do.
Okay.
How do you think that helps me with pricing? To price myself and my services.
Well, it does at least a couple things. First of all, it establishes you as an expert. The more you're perceived as an expert, the more you have the ability to price high. Second, it challenges you yourself to come up with higher value things to offer. When you're giving away, your knowledge, you are going to have to replenish that at the top end and have new things to offer. The other thing is, just because you give away knowledge doesn't mean that somebody can take the knowledge of itself and be able to do something with it. There is expertise, there's experience that goes with it. So sharing your knowledge simply just shows that you're willing to give and you're willing to care. But yeah, I think it does a lot to improve your pricing.
Okay, that's it. Get out of here. Thank you so much. That was Kirk Bowman from artofvalue.com. He's got my favorite podcast that talks about value pricing. So I was trying to incorporate everything we're talking about with the random guests that we had. Now, this checklist is extremely important. I'm going to leave you with this. This checklist that's on the downloads page. You can click on that. You can download it. It's a Word file, and the checklist itself is for you to write down your ideas. What is the video going to be about? What's going to be my focus keyword? My target audience? The call to action? The type? The thumbnail. Will it be part of a series or not? Will I monetize it? Will I do a transcript? Again, 1 hour didn't do this justice, but I wanted to give you at least one tool. So you download that checklist. And if for whatever reason you couldn't download the slides, just wait until I post this in YouTube, and I'll put the link of that in YouTube, and I'll also email it to everybody. So I'm gonna say goodbye for now, and I'm gonna just pull a quick polling question. I need to know. Just don't log out. I need to know if this was a good idea or a bad idea. I probably won't do this more than, I don't know, once a year or something, or twice a year when I go into a conference. Put it on the polling question. Just let me know whether it's a good idea, a bad idea. I'm sorry for the folks that wanted a CPE. That's what I said up front. That we did that, and I wanted to do something fun, something new, something different. And for the folks that can't come to QuickBooks Connect, I wanted to give you a quick preview of what it's like, or what it's like to hang out with folks, to the brotherhood that is here. I mean, I got 4 or 5 people off the floor. I told them sit down and talk, and then I told them leave, and it was that easy. Like think about that. This is a family. This is a family of accounting professionals, and I get almost emotional about it because all year long I'm sitting in my office and I feel that I'm in an island. And it's when I come to these conferences that I talk to fellow professionals that go through the same growing pains as a business owner, as a practitioner, as a boss, as a leader, as a fellow accountant, as an advisor, even as a person balancing work and life and personal life. I love being around people that feel this pain, and we can discuss it and we all grow together. So I wanted to give you an opportunity. If you're watching this live, and this will be a unique thing. I don't even know if I'm gonna make this public in YouTube at this point. But thank you very much being here with us. In 2 weeks, on November 30th, we'll have our next regular QB Power Hour. And thank you for being here, and have a wonderful day.